Hello?
Matrion, this is Atmas. Help us. You are our only hope. Evil forces have stolen a legendary Fall of Everlife card, and we cannot release the expansion without it. We have traced the card to a location near you. I am sending you the coordinates now. May Krog be with you.
This is it. I've waited all my life for this. I've waited all my life for this. Time to save the world. This is it. The Ribbon Library. I can handle this. It's time. This is it. I found it. I have to get out of here. In an age long past and near forgotten, Ostrogoth was banished to oblivion by his brother for drawing power from the fire of Ouroboros. Yet the fire had given Ostrogoth the power to create life, and so he did. Over the ages, Ostrogoth fathered many children, yet none so vile as Solum. Half giant, half fairy, Solum possesses both his father's power and his mother's guile, wielding both to guide our world towards destruction and free his father. He haunts the twilight desert skies and sows corruption in the shifting sands. Fear him, praise him, and welcome the world's end at the hands of a legend. Hey fairy friends, Matrion here, and holy mother of yaks. If you, like me, are wondering, is this card even real? I can guarantee you, 100% Atmas confirmed, this is legit. I am so honored to be sharing this card with you, as well as this well-shattering new ability. And I'm even more excited to hear your thoughts on the card and how you plan to embrace Solum in your heart and all of your decks, because it's just crazy. All right, let's back up and try for a simple analysis of how Solum's going to perform in Fall of Everlife expansion. So let's start with the land cost. Solum is 4 desert requirement, which to me represents a commitment to the yellow deck archetype, probably mono yellow. Now you could blend it with other colors. We haven't seen all the Fall of Everlife card reveals yet, don't know if more wild cards are going to be introduced that can make this flexible in by splashing in other colors. But when you get over 3 land requirements for a card, to me that's a commitment to 1 color. So fine, all right, I'm willing to accept that. 4 desert requirement. Let's take a look at the abilities. All right, flying. So we already know yellow flyers is an archetype, and I think Solemn, without jumping ahead, Solemn is going to be a great fit for every single yellow flyers deck out there. Traditionally, you're building up to 5 deserts, so you can run your Windborn Champion, and as kind of a closer, you've got your Manta Riders at 3 deserts, and Solemn. All right, we'll get to this ability later. Flying. So flying is great for Solemn. Let's put it that way. All right, now let's talk about the Divine ability. And not many people are familiar with Divine because we don't have many creatures with it. We have Divine Guardian, Flash Salmon, and we'll be getting Majinata, Spirit of Everlife, with the new expansion coming soon. I might be missing one, so please forgive me. Now, the Divine keyword states that a creature cannot be targeted by events or abilities. So, all right, let's explore this because Solemn is already a massive force with 7/7 flying stats. If you're facing yellow, that means Divine means no Last Nightmare. If you're facing blue, it means no Frogify. Green doesn't have any direct removal aside from bulky creatures, which I think you're going to need because the only way to really remove Solemn is with creature-to-creature combat. You're facing red, you're not going to be able to Flame Burst, Hellfire, Cypher's Wrath, even if it's whittled down a bit. And something you might not figure, it's not entirely intuitive, Crystal Flower, a structure, is not going to work on Solemn because the Swallow ability is part of that structure. So you can't swallow them either. I think this is going to make Solemn so powerful, and I'm really interested to see how players counter it because I think everyone's going to be running it. All right, now let's get into the well-shattering Corrupt ability. Corrupt, destroy a fairy well. I have to be honest with you, the first thing, all right, this is so game-changing. All right, I thought 2 things when I initially saw this, all right? First, what is its animation going to look like? I literally had a dream of it the night before of Solemn obliterating a well, and it was just the coolest animation. My second thought was for my Midnight Meme series, how can I use Aurora's, some combination of Aurora's Creation, Ulani's Medallion to wipe out, to make multiple Solemns, corrupt the lands, and eliminate every single fairy well. I called it here first. Please let me try it. I don't even care if I win. I just want to see it happen, see if I can break the game. All right, so Corrupt, destroy a fairy well. It's a really neat ability when you first think of it, right? But is it game changing? It doesn't. So now that we've evaluated all the keywords and card text, Solemn doesn't have an immediate board impact. I mean, aside from scaring your opponent because it's a beast and difficult to deal with. But Corrupt, destroy a fairy well. I mean, I love it, but you're going to have to target. Ideally, if your opponent has a creature kind of squatting on the bottom right side, let's say, and you're coming down on the left, and it's just kind of a great value engine for your opponent's Faria. That's a great opportunity to wipe that resource out on the other side of the map. You're not using it. You're building on the left side. So that's an opportunity to destroy the fairy well. Let's see, another opportunity would be if you're facing blue, and a lot of the blue cards have abilities that increase their power when they're collecting off an opponent's well. You could delay that, you know? Gosh, I'm sure there's so many things that you're thinking of that I'm maybe missing. So please feel free to share. I can't wait to hear everyone's comments on this. So many better players than me out there, and I'm excited to see how you take this card. All right. So finally, I guess let's get to the stats. 7 fairy cost, 7/7 stats. solid body, going to be very difficult since you can't even remove it with, you can't even touch it with abilities like Flame Burst or Cypher's Wrath or anything like that. You're going to have to remove this with creature to creature combat, right? 7/7 stats is really solid though. That's Verduran Force solid, and with Flying Divine and Corrupt, 7 fairy cost fine. I think that's totally fair. If you're running a conservative yellow flyers list and you've got your double well collection with Manta Riders or just a regular Manta or some such, easy to save up that 7 fairy. What I'm thinking of is Mistral Guide. All right, so it's 2 desert, 2 wildlands. So I mean, it goes with the 4 land requirement of Solemn. But imagine playing a Mistral Guide 1 turn, and you're playing conservatively with your Faria, and you have, let's say you have 7 next turn or the following turn. Why not immediately dash Solemn with his flying ability onto, further down board, closer to an opponent's land, so that you could be playing a kind of a control-y yellow flyers or a mid-range yellow flyers, and suddenly you're accelerating Solemn down, and your opponent has a 7/7 to deal with. One of their defensive Faria Wells is destroyed. They've lost that economy, and you're in their face. So I think Mistral Guide would be great synergy. I think, obviously, the very obvious play is to include Solemn in a mono yellow flyers deck. What I'm very fascinated and I'm going to experiment with is, can you fit Solemn elsewhere? That's what I really want to know. So Solemn, this card is absolutely nuts. That ability, I cannot wait to see that, and I can't wait to hear everyone's thoughts too. So please feel free to share in the comments. Again, this has been an absolute treat. I hope you enjoyed my intro video. I put a lot of work into it. I'm still very sore from some of my antics, but it's been an absolute treat, and I'm really looking forward to the Fall of Everlife. I hope you are too, and let's all welcome Solemn into our hearts. So until next time, fairy friends, take care, good luck, and have fun.